Welcome to the channel. I'm Mike. This is the Scout, and today we are going to review an air compressor. And I just got this in. I don't have an air compressor for the Scout. I'm always borrowing somebody else's or going to the gas station or whatever. I have one here at home. I just don't have a trail air compressor. So when I air down to 10 or 12 PSI or whatever, when I'm out in the snow or in the rocks or whatever, I have to drive for a while to find an air compressor or bum some air off somebody else. So I finally got me an air compressor. We're gonna do a quick review on it. I bought this with my own money, so nobody sent it to me. We're gonna do an honest and fair review. It's gonna be real quick, and we'll just kind of see how it goes. All right, for the first part of the review, we're actually going to, I'm just going to show you this. I didn't do a video on this or anything like this because I've had this for years. But I just have this little canvas bag, 801 SoCo. They are a sponsor, and they have some sweet vintage style bags and stuff. But oh man, that is junk. Yeah. You can see this is broke. So I have a new gauge for this. In fact, I think this bag came with one too. So we're gonna fix the gauge one of these days. But I made this little manifold, I guess you could say. It's got a chuck on it. It's got a ball valve. We'll go that way, and then I also have this little adapter for it. So this goes on the chuck, but then you can use like a regular, if you go to the gas station, because I go to the gas station all the time to fill the air up in this, you can just put the Schrader valve, I don't know what I'm drawing a blank. I'm not sure what that part of that, the air compressor with the hose. You fill it up with the regular air hose. You don't have to have like a chuck or anything. But this flexible hose is Flexzilla hose. Flexzilla air hose, 1/4 inch, and like I bought these little anti-wear pieces, anti-flex pieces off Amazon. I got these lock on and off the valves, so you can lock it on. It's split into two sections, so you can just do 2 tires at once, or you can do all 4 tires at once. It's long enough that you can set it right here in front of the Scout and then run, and you can equalize the pressure in all 4 tires. It's super convenient when you're at a gas station or something and you're trying to fill up. Instead of going to each tire, I just hooked this up. So this, I have it out because I used it, let's see. Well, a couple of weeks ago I used it. We went on a trail run. So it's kind of not put away very properly, but that's kind of what it looks like. I'm not going to put it back in the bag. Next thing, let's look at this air compressor. I'm not going to show you the other side because I don't want to show you any logos or anything right now. Actually, let's just put this on the floor and then you can't see. So, whoa, camera. So I can't really, I don't want to, actually, I got some tape. I'm going to tape over the logos on it first. And then we'll go over it. All right, I got the specs right here. I can't remember off the top of my head, so I had to pull them out. But we got this. We got this compressor, right? So it's a 12-volt compressor. It'll attach to your battery. We'll do that in a minute. I think it's a 6-foot cable on here. 10.5 CFM, what else? Auto pressure cut off at 120 PSI. I do have a bunch of regular hose that comes with it. It does have like a quick connect on the end, which is gonna make it really nice. I should be able to connect it directly to like my air hose kit that I made, or I think I have some more of that Flexzilla. I could just make an extension to go from here to my Flexzilla, so that should be good. It should pump up. So I have 33 1050s. It should pump up one of those in like from 10 PSI to 25 or 30 PSI in a minute or two. I mean, it's super heavy duty. It's got a warranty, pressure gauge. It's got this air pressure gauge on it right here that looks about as a little bit better than the one that I got, since that one's busted. So should work really well with what I got. But let's deflate a tire and then see what we're at. All right, first thing we gotta do, we're gonna snip this so that we can get. There we go. Let's check this out. So it looks like we're at maybe 27 PSI, about 27 PSI. All right, let's let some air out. We'll go down to 10 PSI. I'm gonna see if I can get a 10 on the money. Oh, 9.7. So we're at 9.7. A little bit low. That's all right. So now we're going to hook this up to the battery. So you can see it looks like that's about 6 feet-ish. You should probably do this while the battery, or while the Scout's running, but we're just gonna do that. Let's, oh. It vibrates a lot, but seems like it puts out. So seems like it puts out a decent amount of air. Let's hook it up and we'll time it. All right, we got our air hose. Switch those. Let's see, we'll get this hooked up. It's got 2 zip ties and a rubber band. Nice, two rubber bands actually, okay. So, looks like that's long enough. And then this screws on, so that's super nice. And what does this say we're at? This says we're at. Where's the PSI? It's kind of a janky gauge. It's all right. Looks like this says we're about 8 PSI. I don't know if you can even see that. But let's bust out a timer. I don't know if you can even see that. Let's see. I don't know, we'll see. You're just gonna have to trust me. I'm gonna put it down here so I can watch it. But we're gonna start in 3, 2, 1. So that's 30 seconds. Because it looks like it filled it up pretty quick. Okay, we're at 17. We're at 17. So that's what the digital gauge says. What's this analog gauge say we're at? Okay, so this one, so it must not read very good below about like 15 or 10, because it says we're at about 17 right now. So we'll get going again. All right, so that's 1 minute now. I turned it off because the gauge was going up, but it wasn't accurate. So we're at 23 PSI. Let's go up. Okay, so we're at 27, so a little bit higher than where we were when we started. We started right at 25. But that was a minute 20 to go from to go from 10 PSI to 27 PSI. That was a minute 20. This setup sucks. This connector sucks. It doesn't... I mean, it screws on there, but it doesn't, I don't feel like it creates like a really good seal. And then this gauge sucks. This gauge just straight up sucks. It starts at, so the increments, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. So the increments after 25 PSI are in 5 PSI increments, but before that, it looks like they're 5, 10, 20, 20, no, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So it starts at 5 PSI, I guess. Where it says 0 PSI, that's got to be 5 PSI. Anyways, you can't really see it. But this gauge sucks. This air hose feels like it's pretty good. I might cut it, put a different hose on it. This connector, not super fond of this connector. So I think that worked out pretty well. Let me disconnect this. Which these alligator connectors are actually great. Listen to that. Little ASMR for you guys. This connector's okay. I'm not going to use this hose. I'm going to use my Flexzilla hose and keep everything the same. So we'll put that off to the side. But, moment of truth, what brand air compressor this is. It's a no-name brand. It's a no-name brand air compressor, but it's a third of the price of the other air compressors that look just like this. I mean, really, literally a third of the price. So it worked really well for what it had. On here on the label, 12 to 13 volts, max pressure 150 psi, 90 amps, 300 liters per minute, heavy duty air compressor from Auto Parts One Stop Solution. I don't know if that's actually a brand or not. That's what I got. brand new. We're gonna try it out. It worked well for the first tire. Maybe this Saturday or this upcoming weekend, I'll go out, deflate all my tires, try and pump it up. I won't go anywhere too far in case this thing craps out and I need help. And I won't go below probably 10 PSI. I've driven plenty of miles on 10 PSI. So we'll just go out and just kind of mess around, and then we'll check out the air compressor, because it's no fun to test something out in your garage. It's okay for something like this to just kind of make sure it works, but you got to go out, you got to go do something and test your stuff. That's the only way to really test it. And that's how you know if it works. You get out there and it doesn't work, then you're stuck. Then you got to figure out what you're going to do without it when it doesn't work. So we'll try it out. But yeah, let me know what you think of the air compressor, if you have one like this, or if you recommend something different. So thanks for watching.